to Coach's Corner. I'm Duncan MacPherson with Pareto Systems, and I'd like to talk to you briefly about a concept we refer to as outstanding branding. When it comes to consistent, high-quality client acquisition and, of course, client retention, few things have more impact than a very well thought out and deployed branding strategy. Okay, marketing is what you say. Branding is what they hear. It's how the marketplace interprets your value and how it activates contrast compared to, of course, their current provider or soon-to-be former provider and anybody else they happen to be vetting in their due diligence approach. You want to activate that professional contrast that's completely engineered. Now, of course, it starts with your messaging and the absence of any form of salesmanship or chasing. Salesmanship asks a client to buy something. Stewardship is when you ask a client to buy into something, okay? Now, what are you asking them to buy into? Well, it's three things: your practice, your process, and of course, your people. Your practice and the consistency of the client experience, making sure people feel a sense of belonging to that, is incredibly powerful. And again, that's engineered. Your process, the fluid and dynamic, panoramic and all-encompassing process that you have that puts every piece of the puzzle together as a client's life unfolds and their needs evolve so they have the complete picture. That is branding. And then, of course, your people. This includes your team, it includes your strategic partnerships, the technical ability, the core competency, their quality, skills, intentions, and of course, the degree that they care. This is all incredibly important, and you want to capture that in your branding strategy. But you want to go further because a big part of your people, of course, are your clients. You want to demystify, remove the mystery for the world in terms of who your ideal client is, who you're suited for, and how they feel about being your client. This is incredibly powerful. You want to basically put your advocates to work for you by capturing their energy, how they feel about you. Okay, in the form of reviews, testimonials, and a lot of that can be captured in video today, and we understand the compliance criteria and regulations around that. But in terms of persuasive impact, the social proof, letting your clients tell you your story, is incredibly powerful. Now, where does that start? Okay, this is incredibly, I can't say enough about this. Think back at how many referrals you've received, let's say in the last 12 months. I'm sure after every introduction you received, you called the rainmaker, okay, the goose that laid the golden egg, and you said, thank you for making the introduction. Be sure that before you hang up that phone or end that conversation, you also ask this. Just simply say, hey, if you don't mind me asking, when you talked about us with your friend or your family member, what did you say? Like, how did you describe us? Let them describe you. Let them mirror their interpretation for your value back on you. It is so incredibly powerful and validating. When a client describes a scenario where they say, well, I was at a social gathering with a bunch of friends and a close friend opened up and told me how disillusioned they were with their current advisor. He kind of ghosted them and they were feeling a little bit exposed and vulnerable. And then the advocate goes on to explain how they talked about you. And then they say this, they say, ultimately, what I said to my friend was that you just take the worry away. You just free me up to go live my life. I don't have to worry about a thing. You can feel the energy. You can feel that persuasive impact. Now, you can harness this in the form of testimonials within the confines of compliance in terms of how you shape and position that. But I have to tell you, it validates you because it's not what your value is, it's what it does. Think about your reach. Think about your impact. How many families do you work with that have the same sense of safe harbor because they're part of your client community? Okay, ultimately, at the end of the day, when it comes to branding, it's how somebody describes you to somebody else when you're not in the room, okay? And that does not come from pitching your value. It comes from positioning the quality of your practice, your process, and your people. So make sure you harness all three into your branding strategy, deploy that professionally, and as a very good friend of mine would say, the fish jump in the boat. That's the law of attraction. Okay, so thanks for watching Coach's Corner. This is Duncan MacPherson with Pareto Systems. If you want to learn more about how to amp up and activate your branding strategy, go to paretosystems.com, have a conversation with us. Let's see where it goes. Okay, bye for now.